Hey everyone, What If Fan here, bringing you another exciting part of What If creating the strongest Straw Hat crew by reading manga. You can find the fanfic title and the original author's name on my Patreon page. Make sure to check it out and show them some love. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring that notification bell so you never miss an upload. Also check out my Patreon channel for early releases of all the series, where you can find all the series released one day ahead of YouTube. Alright, let's jump into it. Chapter 111. At this moment, everyone in the Baroque office opened their eyes wide, staring at the fence gate in Logan's hands with a hellish look. In the entire conference hall, even if a needle is dropped, it must be heard clearly. After a while, grunt! The sound of someone swallowing saliva broke the dead silence. Crack! Break it off! Miss Doublefinger pointed to the boss with red lips, and looked at the almost completely dismantled fence gate in Logan's hand in disbelief. Am I dreaming? This is made by Seastone. Isn't he devil fruit user? Bentham rubbed his skull-like eyes, and the lively energy just now disappeared. Mr. Forrest shook his head vigorously. Hey! You made a mistake. Even if he is not devil fruit user, it is absolutely impossible to break the fence of Seastone. It's not that it's absolutely impossible to break Seastone. But Seastone is arguably one of the strongest substances in the world. It is said that even in the place where Seastone is produced, it is impossible to polish Seastone without ancestral techniques, let alone broken. What kind of destructive power does it take to destroy Seastone? Boom! Logan casually threw the Seastone fence aside, and pouted at Crocodile. Do you regret it now? Stop being self-righteous. Crocodile was not frightened, his face was hardened, and his arms swiped out. Desert La Spada desert, the sword. Brush. An arc-shaped desert blade cut towards Logan. Don't get me wrong, your opponent is not me. Logan easily moved away, then pointed to Luffy. Crocodile was secretly startled. How can he dodge my attack so easily? Hey! Crocodile! I've been putting up with you for so long! At this time, Luffy roared, and his right hand turned into a fist the size of a water tank. Hon Fusen! Rushing over is a punch to Crocodile. Idiot, let me show you what strength is. Grinning in disdain, Crocodile didn't mean to dodge at all. He stand there, letting Luffy's punch explode. Seeing this, Logan couldn't help but hold his forehead. Another guy who got tricked by Logia. In the first half of the Grand Line, there are mostly small characters who don't know how to use hockey. Therefore, Logia can be called invincible here. In a good environment, it is easy to let people slack off. Even pirates like Crocodile who have been in the New World can't help but let down their vigilance. Seeing Luffy punching him, he didn't avoid it. But when Luffy's fist was already in front of him, Crocodile suddenly saw a layer of black air flow quietly emerging from the water tank-sized fist. With a loud cry in his heart, Crocodile wanted to get out of the way. But this punch was too close, he was too late. Boom! This punch hit hard. Crocodile was like a kite with a broken string. He hit the stairs in a jiffy, smashing the stairs to pieces. Everyone in the Baroque works, who had just recovered from the shock of Logan breaking the Seastone, was shocked again by Luffy. What's going on? Isn't Crocodile a Logia ability user? How did he hit Crocodile? Mr. 4 couldn't believe what he saw. Mr. 1 frowned fiercely. I heard. If you can train a kind of ability called armament hockey, you can capture the entity of the Logia ability user, and then hit it. Did that kid use armament hockey just now? Miss Doublefinger asked. There is some inexplicable excitement about this kind of thing that she have never seen before. Mr. 1 shook his head. I haven't seen it either, but it should be. Boom! The ruins of the shattered staircase exploded, and a pile of sand flew out of it, and then quickly condensed into the body of Crocodile. He wiped off the blood overflowing from the corner of his mouth fiercely, and looked at Luffy with shocked eyes. It's armament hockey! Damn it, I underestimated you! Logan is very happy to see these people's shock attitude and Crocodile's bewildered look. Because Robin knew about Luffy having armament hockey. And now, these Baroque Works people are so shocked by Luffy's armament hockey, then it means that Robin did not disclose this matter to Crocodile and others. This shows that when Robin left Going Merry, she had already had a good impression of everyone in the Straw Hat Pirates. "Boss, how are you?" Miss Doublefinger asked with a worried look on her face. "Don't worry, I'm not the kind of pirate who can be killed with 1 or 2 punches." With a cold snort, Crocodile then looked at Miss Doublefinger with a cold look, and said in a deep voice, "Zala, if you dare to have this kind of wait-and-see idea again, I will make your death ugly." As soon as these words came out, Miss Doublefinger turned pale with fright, and she hurriedly said yes. "Yes, I know I was wrong. Crocodile, I'll give you another punch." At this time, Luffy rushed over again screaming. When Crocodile saw it, he suddenly felt a headache. Facing this kind of enemy with armament hockey, in such a small space, Crocodile is at a disadvantage. He is a Sand Devil Fruit user. The desert is his home field. "I can't fully use my fruit in this environment. If you want to fight, come out with me." Crocodile directly turned into a wisp of flying sand and went out. "Don't try to escape." Luffy punched a hole in the wall, and immediately chased him out. Usopp yelled hurriedly, Luffy, he got trick again." "Then you go and help, to prevent Luffy from falling to any other trap," Logan reminded. Everyone in the Baroque Works is speechless. This guy really didn't take Crocodile seriously from the beginning to the end. Mr. One opened his arms in a stance, and his elbows instantly turned into blades. He looked at Zoro, shook his head towards the big hole, and said coldly, "Swordsman, let's fight. Just what I want." Zoro pressed the handle of the sword, his whole body was like an upright javelin, and walked out with his head held high. Miss Doublefinger looked left and right and then said, "There are only 3 of them, and we have 5 people here, and we have the advantage." Logan chuckled. "Don't be ridiculous, Robin is ours. It can only be counted as 4 against 4. "What? Robin, are you going to betray the boss?" The face of Miss Doublefinger changed slightly, and she looked at Robin with stern eyes. "You know the boss's attitude." Although Robin hasn't felt a sense of belonging to the Straw Hat Pirates yet, she doesn't like being threatened in such a tone. "When you want to threaten others, you must first see if you have the strength." Clatter. Several arms grew out of Miss Doublefinger, throwing her to the ground. "You!" Getting up from the ground in disgrace, Miss Doublefinger felt a lingering fear. If Robin didn't mean to hurt her just now, she's afraid she has already died then. The promise just now is still valid. I am neutral in this battle. Spreading her hands, Robin lightly jumped onto the railing next to her and sat down. This big Afro girl is a thorn fruit user with thorns on her body. The other Afro old woman is a Zoan mole fruit ability can make holes. You two can handle it? Although he has confidence in the strength of Nami and Vivi, since the other party is devil fruit user, Logan feels that it is necessary to introduce the other party's ability. After all, devil fruit has too many advantaged. Who knows if these guys will have an ace ability hiding that Oda didn't draw. The thorns sound a little more difficult. I have weapons, so let me deal with them. Princess Vivi took a step forward and made a choice. Nami smirked. Okay, leave the mole to me, I hate it the most. Sounds like a joke, but Nami is not kidding at all. Captain Mouse has brought so much pain to her hometown that Nami now wants to step on that guy, and isn't Mole also a mouse? What an outspoken little girl! I'll beat you like a pig later. Miss Merry Christmas herself has a quick temper. Drilled down immediately. Kacha kacha. Straight through the ground and drilled in. The game has started. Nami didn't care too much, and just flipped his hand, so that the Clow card appeared at the same time. Swipe, swipe, swipe. Several streams submerged into Nami's body, giving her the powers of power cards, fighting cards, shields, and thunder cards. On the other side, Princess Vivi communicated with the source of magic power in her body. The magic wave instantly formed a protective shield around her body. As soon as she activated her ability, she suddenly remembered something. Subconsciously looking back at Logan, she saw Logan's mouth wide open in astonishment. Logan also didn't know that Princess Vivi suddenly used her ability, and suddenly his eyes went blank. How could he stand the test? Seeing Princess Vivi looking back at him, Logan suddenly coughed twice to resolve the embarrassment. This cute little girl, let me imitate her face. Suddenly, a weird shrill laugh appeared in Nami's ear. Mr. 2 appeared while dancing. Only. Boom! Before his right hand could even touch Nami's face, he was kicked by Logan. Mr. 2 is like a folded paper airplane, it fell out heavily. Didn't anyone tell you? Even if you are a ladyboy, don't touch other people's girls. Logan kicked Mr. 2 away, and appeared in front of him the next moment. Hearing this, Nami was secretly happy. Logan wants to say, I am his girl. Hee hee. Oh, it's too much. I just want to stretch out my hand to imitate, but you directly kicked my arm and broke my arm, which hurt me to death. Mr. 2 sat on the ground, holding his broken wrist, sweating coldly from the pain. Mr. 4 saw that Logan was facing away from him, and his attention was still on Mr. 2. He patted the dachshund next to him, and the dog spit out a bomb. Oh no, it's a baseball-style ticking time bomb. Yan Hyaben Punk Knock, 400 Punk Knock! _. The moment the baseball time bomb spit out from the dog's mouth, Mr. 4 waved the baseball bat as thick as a tree trunk behind him, and pressed it out hard. Boom! The kinetic energy of this baseball is stronger than that of a cannonball, and it almost hit Logan's body the moment it was fired. Boom! The powerful impact created a wave of crashing air behind Logan. But when the air wave dissipated, Mr. 4's small eyes suddenly widened. What? You actually caught it. Such a speed. And still in the case of a sneak attack. This can be caught, what a joke. Hee hee, I can even handle Kazara's laser. Logan didn't look back, just smiled faintly. Careful, it's a ticking time bomb. Suddenly Nico Robin, who was sitting on the railing, shouted, with a hint of eagerness in her voice. Damn! You said you were neutral. Mr. 4 furious. Although he was shocked that Logan was able to catch his baseball, he was not in a hurry. Because his baseballs are ticking time bombs. Catch it like Logan, as long as he doesn't drop it, his arm will definitely be blown away. Logan turned to look at Robin and smiled. Can I understand that this is a concern for the cruise? Throw it away quickly! Robin frowned, really wanted to rush up and give Logan a smack in the head. Is now the time to talk about this? That baseball could explode at any moment. Boom! As soon as Robin thought of this, the baseball in Logan's hand exploded. Oops! Robin's heart tightened, and she subconsciously bit her lower lip. Damn! Won't he be seriously injured? But the next moment. What? Robin's beautiful eyes widened, and she was so shocked that she couldn't close her mouth. Around Logan's fist, a spherical energy star appeared. The power of the time bomb explosion was all wrapped in this energy cover, and it didn't leak out at all. Did you actually use your ability to protect yourself? What? Wrong. Robin suddenly discovered the problem. That energy shield didn't protect Logan, but enclosed all the explosive power of the time bomb inside. Logan's fist is also inside. It can be said that Logan's fist completely received the full power of the bomb in such a small space. Has his armament hockey reached this level? Robin frowned slightly, but immediately frowned even tighter. It shouldn't be, there was no black airflow on his hand just now, so he obviously didn't use armament hockey. Robin found that the more you analyze, the more you can feel the strength of Logan. Hockey can survive the full impact of the bomb without taking any damage without a problem, but how can you be so ridiculously strong? After the power of the explosion dissipated in the energy shield, Logan still did not turn to look at Mr. 4, but said to Mr. Two in front of him, "Do you know? For the sake of your original contribution, as long as you surrender now and change your way, I will let you go." The so-called original credit. That is the opposite of original sin. After all, Mr. Two is a very loyal person. Especially in the original plot, just because Luffy saved him once, he will carry out this friendship to the end. Even if he risk his own life, Mr. Two helped Luffy at the critical moment. This is the original credit of Mr. Two. But this time, Mr. Two and the Straw Hat Pirates missed it by mistake, and naturally the scene where Luffy rescued him did not appear. Although this incident did not happen, Logan still decided to let him go. It can be regarded as the recognition of his way of being a monster. "Let me go." Mr. Two was a little surprised. Logan's strength is so strong, and his right hand is seriously injured, unable to perform his best Okama boxing. But Logan wanted to let him go, which made him feel grateful while being surprised. Hua's skeleton-like face suddenly showed seriousness. Mr. Two looked at Logan. "Okay. Today you let the Okama's life go, and Okama's will definitely pay back in the future." Magirazuka Yanban Kusatin, Molehill intersection number 4. At this time, Mr. Four launched an attack again. "Enough is enough!" Nico Robin gave a cold cry. She crossed her hands and activated the flower fruit ability. Several arms appeared on Mr. Four's body and immediately knocked him to the ground. "This time, you've decided to join, right?" Looking at Robin, Logan asked with a smile. Robin came over and walked in front of Logan. It was almost cheek to cheek before stopping. Staring into Logan's eyes, Robin said deeply, "I don't know what you admire about me, but I want to tell you. If you really want to pull me into the gang, you have to be prepared to be betrayed by me at any time. Then let's make a bet." Logan pouted. "What's the bet?" Robin was still staring into Logan's eyes. Logan smiled. "I bet your betrayal of Baroque Works this time is the last betrayal in your life." "Is that so?" Robin murmured thoughtfully. "It seems you have confidence in me?" 10,000%. Logan stretched out a finger. 10,000% of what? 10,000% trust. Why? Robin asked. She doesn't understand. Why does this person trust her so much? It shouldn't be like this. Just when she was very upset, Logan leaned close to Robin's ear and said softly, "Probably, I don't want to see you continue to be alone." Click. The coat of defense in her heart. It was as if it had been yanked away at this very moment. Chapter 112. There is no doubt that Robin's heart is broken at this time. Only, she has gone through so many years of betrayal and anti-betrayal. How can she fall into it completely because of a single touch? "Okay, I'll bet with you. If you lose, it means that you have completely integrated into the Straw Hat Pirates. No matter win or lose, Robin will always have an advantage here." "Let's make the deal!" Logan smiled. He didn't expect Robin to join their crew right away. But at least for now, the start is good. As long as Robin is willing to try to integrate into this group, then Logan can guarantee that she can't extricate herself. The other side. The battle of the four women also began. "Stinger Road! _____. Miss Doublefinger slapped the ground with both hands, and a continuous thorn went straight to Princess Vivi along the ground. Vivi tapped the ground with her toes, and the steel feathers behind her moved accordingly. Wow! She was in the air, avoiding the thorns protruding from the ground. Heaven's Wheel, Circle Sword. In the slender hand, the magic steel sword turned lightly in front of her. The 16 magic swords behind her suddenly spun. When one of the swords flies out, the rest of the swords follow automatically, forming a flow of magic swords. Damn, what is this devil fruit? Why is the ability so weird? Miss Doublefinger face is very irritated. She left and dodged backwards. But the torrent of the magic sword directly chased after it. Hateful. She's still being tracked. With no way to retreat, Miss Doublefinger crossed her fingers. Stinger wall! Underscore underscore. A large number of thorns burst out from her hands like two sea urchins. These thorns are even intertwined with each other, weaving into layers of thorn shield walls. She have to say that this trick is actually pretty good. However, without the bonus of armament hockey, this is all for nothing. Pooh! A magic sword directly cut through the layer upon layer of thorn shield wall, and then penetrated Miss Doublefinger. A look of hesitation appeared on Vivi's face, and then with a thought, the torrent of swords that followed turned around when it was about to penetrate the body of Miss Doublefinger, and returned. She wants to eliminate these bastards, but if she kills herself, it's still a bit difficult for Princess Vivi to do it. Just catch her now, and when it comes to execution, leave it to the king's army or marine. The magic dissipates, and it's done on Princess Vivi's side. The fight on Nami's side is relatively boring. From the beginning of the battle, Miss Merry Christmas has already made more than a dozen holes in the ground. Nami was standing next to a hole at this time. The little fist was already ready. As long as Miss Merry Christmas shows up here, Nami will let her have a taste of what it means to perform miracles with great strength. Suddenly, the ground behind Nami was broken, and the head of Miss Merry Christmas in human beast form got out and grabbed Nami's ankle. Maigarazuka Highway, Molho Highway! The moment she grabbed Nami's ankle, Miss Merry Christmas immediately rushed out in the ground and fiercely pulled Nami towards the wall. This move of hers is to rely on the powerful explosive power in the human beast form to pull the target person out at an extremely fast speed, just like galloping on the highway. But, the moment this ferocious old woman exerted her strength, she found that. Why can't it be pulled? Moreover, this motionless strength felt as if he had grasped a rock weighing 10,000 kg. It really can't be moved at all. She subconsciously looked back. That's right. She grabbed this little girl's ankle. She don't know, she thought she was pulling something else. But why can't this little girl move? She looked up at Nami, and immediately saw the smile on Nami's face. TF. This little girl is weird. Her heart skipped a beat. But it's too late. Nami bent down, stretched out her hand, and grabbed Miss Merry Christmas. Under normal circumstances, with the speed of Miss Merry Christmas, she would definitely be able to escape from Nami's grasp. But when Nami's palm was brushed down, she used the ability of the big card to make her palm bigger. When the palm fell, it was still as big as the roof. Directly wrapped Miss Merry Christmas. Then it gradually becomes smaller until it becomes the size that can hold MS Christmas in one hand. I hate mouse/rat the most. Looking at the Miss Merry Christmas in her hands, Nami said very unhappily. You obnoxious little girl, have you overlooked one thing? Miss Merry Christmas in human beast form at this time, yelling at Nami angrily. Nami raised his eyelids curiously. What is it? A mole's front teeth are really powerful. There was a hint of ferocity on the mole-like face, and after Miss Christmas finished speaking, she bit Nami's finger fiercely. Yes. At this time, Nami's fingers were as thick as tires, completely holding Miss Merry Christmas, making her unable to move her hands and feet. But a mole's teeth are also weapons. Grabbing her chance, Miss Merry Christmas bite. With a cracking sound, her two mole front teeth flew out immediately. Miss Merry Christmas screamed. She felt her upper gum, where there is no trace of the front teeth, only a hand of blood. Arms were tied up, front teeth were gone, and Miss Merry Christmas at this time was completely devoid of any means of attack. She turned pale with shock, and could only say incompetently and angrily, You rotten little girl, what have you done? Why can't I bite your finger? Why can't she bite? You bit me yourself and broke your teeth, and you still scold me? How annoying! Nami's cute smile gradually disappeared, replaced by the little devil's face that the Straw Hat Pirates often see. Boom! Her other fist came down. A fist was hammered on the head of Miss Merry Christmas immediately. If the tiger doesn't show its power, do you think it's a cat? As she spoke, Nami's fists fell one after another like a pendulum. When Miss Merry Christmas pass out, then Nami stops slash. The cruel old woman had stars in her eyes and lost the ability to resist. Hee, it's done. The huge palm returned to its original state, and Nami clapped the small hand playfully. Then she looked at Logan and Vivi, showing a dejected expression. Huh! You guys are already over. Looking at Nami's cute appearance, Logan smiled and said, Be happy, except for this transvestite who I promised to let go. The other person have a bounty of more than 50 million belly. Wow! So much money! Rubbing her little hands together, Nami's eyes looked like belly. At this time, Logan looked at Bentham. Mr. 2, do something for me? Bind the three of them up, and I'll get them later. Bentham rolled his eyes and curled his lips. All right. Anyway, the relationship between me and them is just coworker, and there is no friendship. Let's go out and see what's going on with Luffy. Logan explained the matter here to Bentham, and then walked out. As for Zoro's fight, Logan didn't have any worries at all. It is estimated that the two of them just went out, and it was over. Wait for me. Nami followed quickly, hugging Logan's arm like a little girlfriend. After the two went out, Princess Vivi looked at Robin, pondered for a moment, and said, If they want to accept someone, they must be sincere. I hope you will not disappoint their expectations. After speaking, Vivi went out. Robin didn't speak, but her eyes flashed thoughtful. Glancing at Mr. 2, she also went out. On the square in front of the casino. When Logan came out, he saw Zoro sitting on the side watching Luffy's fight. As for the Mr. 1, he is lying on the ground not far away. Why did the ground turn into sand? Nami looked at the ground under her feet. She remembered that when she came here, it was originally a stone pavement. I guess Crocodile did it. Logan took Nami to Zoro's side. Why are you so slow? Zoro said with a trace of disgust. Hey! Look, you can do it! I'm fighting and recruiting people, isn't it normal to slow down? Logan curled his lips, then looked at the battlefield. How is Luffy? Zoro put his hands behind his head, leaned back against the wall, and said leisurely, Crocodile's strength is not bad. And he can also do armament hockey. A look of astonishment appeared in Logan's eyes. But if you think about it carefully, it seems that this is normal. Crocodile was also a member of the New World at the time. He fought with Whitebeard and even threatened to kill Whitebeard. If he don't know armament hockey, it's unreasonable. Although the hockey ability of Crocodile is not reflected in the mangas, even if you think about it, you can understand that a guy who can be listed as 7 warlords of the sea must have the strength to wield it. According to this situation, Bartholomew Kuma and Gecko Moria should also have hockey. It's just that their fruit abilities are too amazing and overshadow their hockey. On the battlefield, the strong wind swept the dust and sand, forming a violent cone-shaped sand whirlwind, crashing into Luffy rapidly. Gomu Gomu no Hammer! Chapter 113. Boom! The armament hockey wrapped around Luffy's fist smashed the sand whirlwind coming in front of him. Bastard! Have the courage to fight me in melee! Luffy is very upset. From the very beginning of the battle, Crocodile has been in a guerrilla state, constantly using all kinds of sand to form attacks to harass Luffy but not to fight Luffy directly. Idiot! This is a battle, do you think it's a child's playhouse? When I exhaust your energy, it's time for me to fight with you. Crocodile sneered disdainfully, switching back and forth between the solid form and the sandstorm form. A while flowed here, and sprinkled there for a while. Every time, a sand spear or a desert scimitar will be used to attack Luffy from all directions. This Crocodile is really smart. Nami held Logan with his left hand, and put a canopy on her eyebrows with her right hand. Luffy can't beat him, right? Logan smiled slightly. That's not the case. Didn't you notice that Luffy didn't even use the second gear? Otherwise, he would easily be able to catch up with the speed of Crocodile. Then, he looked at Zoro and asked, What's going on? Why is our captain fighting with such handicap? Zoro crossed his legs, laughed, and said, You guessed it right. He saw that I killed the guy with a single sword strike. He was very unconvinced and not wanting to lose said that he could defeat him with this handicap. Logan can't help to shake his head. This captain of his. Immediately, Logan shouted towards the battlefield. Luffy, everyone is over, you are the only one left. We will wait for you in a minute, otherwise we will go to eat first. Nanny! Luffy panicked when he heard Logan's words. Don't want to wait, going to eat? How can that work? Hey! You wait for me for a while, it will take less than a minute. Luffy knew that he couldn't grind anymore, otherwise he wouldn't be able to eat meat. Nami laughed at Luffy's reaction. Zoro also showed a confused expression. Is this okay? If he had known earlier that this was possible, he would have said so earlier. Listening to their conversation, and Crocodile is pissed off. What's the meaning? Hearing what you guys mean, Luffy didn't take me seriously until now. Do not make jokes. It's all big talking idiots. Crocodile snorted coldly. He would not believe such a statement foolishly. But at this moment, Luffy stopped. He stepped his legs out to the sides, palms on his knees. Wheeze wheeze. A large amount of air flowed into his body from his feet, speeding up his blood circulation. Second gear. Huh! His skin is red, you look a little different. Crocodile frowned slightly, looking at Luffy with some doubts. But before the doubts were over, Luffy's momentum rose again. Equals. What? What are you doing? Crocodile was taken aback again. Don't worry, it's not over yet. Logan reminded with a smile. Sure enough. As soon as the voice on Logan's side fell, the momentum on Luffy's side suddenly rose again. Gear 4. Bound man. Good guy. This is the temptation from meat. Logan remembers a very classic motivational line in the original plot. Beautiful swordsman brings meat. When the three main forces of the Straw Hat Pirates were exhausted, the god Usopp instantly revived the three of them on the spot with just one word. Don't underestimate the effect of meat on Luffy. Crocodile, I'm going to beat you up. Luffy seemed to be a different person at this time. His eyes were shining brightly. Damn it! Although you seem to have become stronger, if you dare to underestimate me, you will pay the price with your life. Crocodile spit out the cigar in his mouth, his right arm turned into sand, and sent out a powerful slash forward. Desert La Spada! Like a wave of sword energy, it swept towards Luffy with a single swipe. Wherever it passes along the way, the ground is cut into two. This trick is no longer a threat to me, Luffy said easily, and then jumped to the left, easily avoiding it. At the same time, his figure rushed forward rapidly, approaching Crocodile in an instant. What? Seeing Luffy's series of attacks and defenses, Crocodile was shocked. Before he had time to think about it, both arms turned into sand at the same time, and they pinched towards Luffy like a pair of big pliers. Desert Spada! Whoosh! Two big sand knives pressed towards Luffy fiercely. What a boring move! Under the lock of observation haki, Luffy can clearly perceive Crocodile's attack trajectory. While rushing forward quickly, he kicked the ground with both feet. Boom! The whole person shot up into the sky like a rocket launcher in an instant. After flipping a few times in the air, Luffy headed down and fell backwards. Crocodile, have you ever seen a punch that falls from the sky? Seeing Luffy's move, Logan couldn't help teasing. Facing the shock and pressure brought by Luffy, but also being teased by Logan, Crocodile was so angry at this moment. Humph! You just wait there for me. After cleaning up this rubber boy, I'll kill you! While speaking, Crocodile's whole body turned into sand. The moment the pile fell to the ground, it suddenly protruded again. Sable's Pasado heavy sandstorm. At the point where Luffy swooped down, the sand billowed up like a fountain. But it is much faster than the speed of the fountain. To be precise, it's more like flames emanating from the ground. In the sand you can vaguely see the figure of Crocodile. He gritted his teeth, his face full of ferocity. This sand is him, he is the sand. With the momentum of a hungry tiger rushing to eat, he met Luffy fiercely. When Luffy swooped down, his right hand instantly grew larger in the form of Honfusen. Immediately afterwards, armament haki overflowed from his body surface, completely entangled this huge fist in an instant, showing a reddish black and purple. Under Locke's shocked eyes, Luffy's fist retracted like a turtle's head. As if the spring is pressed to ultimate, the terrifying kinetic energy is accumulated to the apex, waiting to explode. Gomu Gomu no King Kong Gun! With a loud roar from Luffy, he swung his fist hard. At the moment when it was close to Crocodile, the fist retracted like a tortoise, and the fist flicked out. The gigantic fist slammed into the sand, soaring into the sky. Boom! There was a loud noise in the sky, and the whole rainy land was like thunder shaking the sky. But all the people in the rainy land looked up at the sky at this time, and saw that miraculous scene in the sky. The moment the fist and the sand meet, it seems that the picture freezes. Then after a brief fraction of a second, boom! The sand is like a weathered rock formation, it collapses in an instant, scattered all over the sky. In the rolling yellow sand, a figure was like a rocket. Boom! It hit the ground in an instant at a speed that ordinary people's naked eyes could not catch. Fixed! Time to eat! Luffy landed, happily walking towards Logan and the others. Is that a crocodile? My God! That boy beat Crocodile! Why is he targeting our Alabasta heroes? Shoo, keep your voice down, this group of people are pirates. Crocodile is one of 7 warlords of the sea. They may want to take down Crocodile, and then take the position themselves. Is that so? The world of pirates is scary. Yeah, pirates don't have many good things. In the streets and alleys, many people watched this scene and discussed in low voices. Because of the powerful observation haki, Logan could easily hear the whispers of these people. But he doesn't care at all. This kind of matter only needs to be clarified by Princess Vivi later. Pfft! On the cracked ground, Crocodile spat blood wildly from his mouth. He raised his head with great effort, and looked in the direction of the Straw Hat Pirates. Damn, you bastards! Ah, hello? You are still conscious, can't you just pass out? I guess Marine will come to clean up the battlefield soon, and you can also go to the impelled down prison to recuperate for a few years. Seeing that Crocodile was already in such a miserable state, and still wanted to talk about it, Logan couldn't help persuading him. Although in the original plot, Crocodile forcibly entered himself up in the Summit War. In the current Alabasta, countless people have died because of this guy. On the way here, Logan saw with his own eyes many people who died of thirst due to drought, and their bodies died randomly on the side of the road, and were even eaten by wild dogs. All of this is derived from Crocodile. Such a sinful fellow, Logan does not intend to let him go. In the original plot, because of Luffy's prison break, yes, Crocodile reappeared. But this time, with Logan here, the prison break is impossible. Maybe. Da-da-da-da-da. The sound of neat steps shook the ground. 2 teams of marine soldiers came quickly. Sure enough, as Logan expected, the battle was over, and it was time for Marine to come out. Captain, we found the Straw Hat crew! And the corporal in front arrived first, and he immediately began to report, but when his eyes fell on Crocodile, he suddenly sucked in a breath of cold air. Hiss! _W. That seems to be Crocodile from 7 warlords of the sea. In the eyes of this marine corporal, something called panic welled up. Ah! They really beat Crocodile. Tashigi rushed over, shock appeared on her delicate face, and the back molars of a small mouth could be seen. Needless to say, Smoker naturally saw it too. He looked at the members of the Straw Hat Pirates and was shocked. This group of rookies who have been out of East Blue for less than 3 months actually did it. What are you looking at? Logan met Smoker's gaze, raised his chin from him, then pouted his mouth in the direction of Crocodile, and said, Money! Money? Smoker didn't speak, but Tashigi looked confused. Crocodile bounty. Smoker took a deep breath and said in a deep voice. Only then did Tashigi react. This guy really doesn't miss any chance to exchange for a bounty. She subconsciously looked at Logan, but as soon as her eyes made contact, she immediately blushed. Hey! What am I doing? Why am I so shy when I see him? I'm Marine, I can't be afraid of his gaze. Immediately, Tashigi forcibly summoned up his courage and looked at Logan again. But at this time, Logan's eyes had already turned to Smoker. But I guess we can't get any of it, huh? Such a waste of money. Logan shook his head. What do you mean by this, Logan? Nami asked. There are 3 of them. Miss Doublefinger is 35 million belly, Mr. 4 is 34 million belly, Miss Merry Christmas is 14 million belly. Lying on the ground outside, Mr. 1 is 75 million pele. And their leader's Crocodile has a bounty of 81 million belly. At this point, Nami suddenly exclaimed, where is the waste? Luffy tilted his head in bewilderment. The others also looked over suspiciously. Clenching his fists, he said angrily, It's all because of Crocodile. Why did he join 7 warlords of the sea? Otherwise, his bounty would have to be multiplied at least several times. I was so pissed off this time. We have lost a lot potential earning. Everyone was dumbfounded. It turns out that this is the fault. No, I'm going to hammer him to ease my heartache. Nami was about to pass with his fists clenched. Logan hugged her tightly. Okay, calm down, we've already lost money, and I'm making you angry. Wouldn't that be even worse? That's right. When Nami heard it, she thought it made sense, and then leaned into Logan's arms, and had a good time. What? At this moment, there were a few screams from Marine. Everyone followed the reputation and saw that the Marines who were going to handcuff Crocodile were severely injured by a desert sword. You want to catch me and send me to impel down? Crocodile stood up, still spitting blood in his mouth. He stared at everyone with gloomy eyes, and said coldly, Then let's die together. While speaking, he put his hands in front of him, with the palms facing the middle. It's like a gesture like releasing magic. A violently swirling wind and sand formed in his palm. Sable sandstorm. __. With Crocodile desperate, he slammed the wind sand out of his hand. The moment the wind and sand left his palm, it was like seaweed that had absorbed water, bursting out instantly. Chapter 114. Bastard. Crocodile, are you crazy? If you do this, everyone in the rain base will die. Smoker yelled hastily. Master Crocodile. Don't. We can't bear such a sandstorm. Stop it. Lord Crocodile, you are our Alabasta hero, don't do anything to hurt us. Help me, my whole family is here. Lord Crocodile. The people in the streets and alleys were all crying and shouting the name of Crocodile. They didn't believe that this person whom they regarded as a great hero would really hurt them. A bunch of lowly idiots. Your end is near. My plan is ruined, you all have to die. Crocodile's eyes turned scarlet at this time. He is really going crazy. 3 years of hard planning. 3 years! He looked like he was about to collapse. After 3 years of keeping a low profile, it was destroyed because of the sudden appearance of this group of little pirates. Nobody could understand that kind of pain. Die. All of you, die for me. Crocodile crazily stimulates Devil Fruit's ability. He doesn't want to see another living person besides him here. I'm going to beat him up. Luffy was so angry that he was about to strike immediately. Logan pulled him back. We are just a good supporter. At this time, it would be more appropriate for the future Queen of Alabasta to appear. Just as Logan thought, Princess Vivi couldn't help but watch her people die tragically at the hands of Crocodile. She communicated with the source of magic power in her body, and the magic wave instantly formed a protective film around her body. Heaven's Wheel Armor. When all the civilians are desperate, the heroine makes a strong debut. That figure, like a saint descending from the sky, suddenly flew into the air. Crocodile, stop this! Don't hurt my people! With a shout of national hatred and family hatred, Princess Vivi's magical brilliance illuminated the audience. The evil pirate wants to slaughter the civilians, and the holy princess comes out to kill the devil. What a perfect story! Usopp's eyes were shining brightly. He had made up many stories before, but no matter how many stories he made up, it was not as shocking as this time. And right now, he was about to witness this moment. Nami's focus is different. She exhaled deeply and said in amazement, "Vivi is so beautiful!" Zoro pulled back his caution and swords that he had pulled out and inserted them back. When Luffy wanted to fight just now, he actually had the same idea. Now seeing Vivi coming out to fight against Crocodile, he immediately understood what Logan meant. Indeed, it is very political. Actually, I wanted to ask just now, what kind of ability does Princess Vivi have? If I remember correctly, she should not be devil fruit user. Robin rested her chin on her fingers. She looked confused. Oh my God! Fairy! Look, it's a fairy! A fairy came to save us! Wait. She seems to be our Princess of Alabasta. Hiss! Really? She is indeed Princess Vivi! I saw her picture in the newspaper. It's the princess. It really is the princess who came to save us. I said long ago, what 7 warlords of the sea are pirates themselves, how can they be our heroes? Yes. Only our own princess can be our patron saint. Long live Princess Vivi! Those civilians, some are acting according to the wind, some are sincerely grateful. But no matter what, they all understood one thing at this moment. That is, Crocodile is a bad guy, and the princess is a good guy. The princess is about to slay the devil. I don't want to break your confidence, but I want to remind you that your little Princess Vivi can't do hockey. At this time, Robin reminded softly. Logan smiled and looked at Robin. So, this time are you worried about your partner? Saying that, Logan flipped his palm. He took back the rain card that was originally located above Nanohana in an instant. Since he is crazy sand, let's have a heavy rain and let him cool down. As he spoke, Logan pointed to the sky, and the magic power of the rain card activated. Clatter. The sunny day, which was originally bright and sunny, suddenly began to rain heavily. Without any warning, the massive amount of rainwater was pouring down like a river. Princess Vivi don't have armament hockey? It's okay. She has a crewmate. Normally, one must rely on armament hockey to capture the entity of a Logia ability user. But this time, in the original plot, Luffy successfully hit the crocodile entity by relying on water. You know, the water Luffy uses is just a small bucket. And now, Logan directly opened a position for a big giveaway, and it rained heavily on Crocodile. At this time, Logan gave Usopp a wink. Usopp was taken aback for a moment, and then understood instantly. He disappeared into the crowd in a short while. Then I heard Usopp yelling from the crowd. Princess Vivi, she was blessed by the sky goddess. It rained heavily for us in Alabasta. As soon as these words came out, it instantly became the fuse. Even the heavens must please our princess. Long live the princess. Alabasta is not dead. This is our real hero in Alabasta. The future queen. Long live the queen. As such voices spread, almost all the civilians in the rainy land knelt on the ground, piously calling out the names of their heroes. Pray for victory for their princess, their hero. Looking at this shocking scene, Robin's heart was pounding. It is better to see it with your own eyes than to say 1,000 things. No matter how others told Robin about the importance of friendship and the importance of crewmates, she won't believe it. But Logan. Always show her in an intuitive way what a crewmate is. It is impossible to say that Robin was not moved. Such team, will it really be the place where she will end her betrayal attitude? With such a question in my mind, Robin's eyes also shone with hope. If it is really possible, then she is willing. Clatter. The heavy rain fell, and the sandstorm that had just started was instantly pressed to the ground. In the rainwater, a figure appeared under the washing of the rainwater. Seeing that Crocodile could no longer enter elementalization, Logan felt relieved. Think about it, this is indeed reasonable. Sand? The state of elementalization is just a pile of sand. When the heavy rain washes over, why don't you just obediently turn into a pile of sand? Of course, this cannot be fully explained by scientific reasons. After all, it is the world of anime, and there are such cheating things as devil fruit. How can it be done according to science? Otherwise, how can Luffy's rubber withstand Enel's billions of volts? Listening to the voices of the people around, Princess Vivi was very moved. When the heavy rain fell, she knew it was Logan's masterpiece. Although Nami also has a rain card, but Princess Vivi's intuition is definitely Logan. In order to help her, he is really hardworking. Logan, thank you. The next moment, her figure leaned forward and rushed out. The 16 magical steel swords behind him follow like a shadow. Crocodile! Pay for your sins! Princess Vivi herself has a certain fighting power, and now with the magic sword in hand, her fighting power soars. With the addition of magic steel wings, it makes her look like a goddess. Crocodile's strength was greatly reduced in the rain, and he swung the sand vigorously to compete with Princess Vivi's magic sword. At the same time, under the control of her magic power, the 16 magic steel swords behind Princess Vivi are like 16 wingmen, constantly harassing Crocodile. Losing the advantage of elementalization, Crocodile can only count on his armament haki. Vivi doesn't have a lot of mana reserves, and she consumed some of it just now. I guess she won't last long. Seeing Princess Vivi fighting hard, Nami's eyes were filled with worry. Robin also nodded. If Princess Vivi loses to Crocodile, the situation could worsen. Logan smiled slightly. So, finally realize the bond of crewmates and worry about your crew, huh? Robin doesn't know what to say. Here comes this sentence again. You can help her, but don't forget, if you can make her knock out Crocodile with her own hands, I don't think I need to explain the importance to you? Robin suggests. But Princess Vivi is the spiritual pillar of Alabasta citizens at this time. If she is defeated now, the negative impact it will bring cannot be solved by saying the importance of a partner. Shrugging his shoulders, Logan said with a gentle smile. Robin, you need to learn for a while about the bond and tacit understanding between crewmates. Then, Logan looked at Nami. Look at the heavy rain now, is there something missing? Nami opened his eyes, thought for a while, and then opened his small mouth. It's raining so hard, so it's normal to have thunder or something? It makes sense. Usopp sneaked back at some point, expressing his serious agreement. What do you mean? Luffy scratched his head, confused. Zoro gave him a blank look. Why are you so stupid? You are so stupid. You're stupid. No, you're stupid. While Luffy and Zoro bicker, Nami hands. Flipping it over, a cloud card with flickering magical fluctuations appeared in her hand. Zizizi. The wave of the thunder element radiated from Nami's body, quietly grazing towards the sky. Hack. A flash of lightning pierces the rainy sky. With a crash, it landed on Crocodile's body. Zizizi. Crocodile, who was in the middle of the battle, was suddenly shocked by the thunder, and froze immediately. Puff puff. Taking advantage of this gap, the 3 magic steel swords directly left wounds on Crocodile's body. Princess Vivi stabbed hard in the front. Crocodile desperately slowed down from the paralyzed state, and turned sideways to avoid the heart. However, due to the damage and paralysis effect caused by lightning, it is too late for him to use armament haki to protect himself at this time. Dissection. Princess Vivi's magic sword stabbed a big gash in his right hand. The other side. Logan gave Usopp another look. Then Usopp in the crowd was heard shouting, "The has God bless Princess Vivi! He sent thunder and punishment to kill Crocodile." Everyone listen. God bless Vivi! Princess Destiny! Long live Alabasta! The people shouted excitedly at this time. Logan turned to look at Robin. Is there anything you want to say? It's really aggressive. But it's frustrating. Really strange. She thought for a while, then smiled. I think I'm starting to understand the word, partner, a little bit now. Partner, it should be the kind of bond that can even consider the mood of the other party, right? I'm actually still worried that they didn't consider the significance of Princess Vivi's fight. What a slap in the face. Logan smiled lightly, and said to Nami, Shoot more thunder. Ahaha. Robin was amused by their conversation, and thought to himself, these guys are so cute with a black belly. In the sky, thunder suddenly covered. The continuous thunder and lightning merged into a torrent of thunder and lightning. Princess Vivi and Nami had a tacit understanding and immediately pointed the magic towards Crocodile. Everyone! Come and see me punishing this Alabasta sinner! Saying that, the magic power in Princess Vivi surged crazily. Her cheeks paled. A large amount of magic power was consumed, forming 2 circles behind her, a total of 48 magic steel swords. Heaven's wheel, Blumenblatt. Clatter. The steel sword took off like a sword fairy, and rushed towards Crocodile. At the same time, the thunder in the sky merged into a waterfall of lightning. Hey, no way. Seeing the thunder waterfall appearing above his head, Crocodile felt a kind of anger that wanted to curse. Damn it! What the hell is this weather? Is this karma? He immediately wanted to dodge. But Princess Vivi's magic steel sword has already rushed over. Damn! Crocodile had to fight. But when he came into contact with the first magic steel sword, the lightning waterfall in the sky suddenly rushed down. Rumble. In the unwilling roar of Crocodile, the thunder waterfall, which does not know how many volts, suddenly submerged Crocodile. And the torrent of the magic steel sword was not blocked, and all of them passed through Crocodile's body. Chapter 115. The clouds parted and the lightning disappeared. The sun shines again on this land of rain. Crocodile was lying on the ground covered with bruise and cut, looking bloody, still breathing black smoke. Won! The princess won! The righteous princess defeated the evil crocodile. Great! We Alabasta won! Ordinary people are always easy conquered by the strong. What's more, this strong is the princess of their country. If it wasn't for the song, Conquer, that does not exist in this world, he's afraid everyone would have knelt on the ground and sang Conquer. Well, as the Heaven's Wheel armor was lifted, Princess Vivi snorted softly. Her pale face was full of exhaustion. She looked at Crocodile lying at her feet with cold eyes, and announced coldly, Your plan to conquer Alabasta has failed. With your sinister intentions, spend the rest of your life in the impel-down prison. Smoker rushed over, put sea-stone hands on Crocodile's neck, and then ordered, Come here and put sea-stone handcuffs on him. The 2 soldiers pressed forward with nervous faces and were handcuffed by Crocodile. Yo, it's not a small credit for catching Crocodile, right? Logan didn't know when he had already walked over, and looked at Smoker with a teasing face. Hearing this, the corner of Smoker's mouth twitched. Humph. Don't worry, I will report the truth. It was your Straw Hat Pirates who fight him, and your Straw Hat Pirates defeat him. Oh? Then I'm afraid you are wrong. With a sassy smile on his handsome face, he patted him on the shoulder. Remember what I told you, don't forget. Princess Vivi suddenly groaned, and her slender body trembled slightly. Due to the huge consumption of mental power, she was seriously overdrawn, and suddenly she couldn't stand up and fell towards Logan. With quick eyes and quick hands, Logan caught Princess Vivi. He wanted to say something, but found that Princess Vivi had fallen asleep exhausted. Just keep holding her like this. Vivi! Luffy rushed over, shouting anxiously. Hush! Nami also came to Logan's side, saw that Princess Vivi was tired and passed out, and immediately made a silent gesture. Is the account settled? Logan asked. Upon hearing this, Nami immediately smiled. Yes, the total is 208.2 million belly. So much. Usopp's eyes widened in surprise, and he was so excited. Zoro sighed. The Grand Line SI much more rich. I caught so many small pirates in East Blue before, the total amount is no more than 1 million belly, and I will be rich if I come here to catch just one. Benefits and dangers coexist. Don't underestimate these pirates who offer rewards of tens of millions of belly. If you are not careful, you will die. Tashigi looked at Zoro with a preaching attitude, and said seriously. Seeing Tashigi's face makes Zoro confused. So much like Kuina. But the character is much worse than Kuina. The more Zoro thought about it, the more he felt uncomfortable, and suddenly said angrily, Don't talk to me. What? Suddenly being reprimanded by Zoro, Tashigi was taken aback, and then said with a bewildered look of grievance, What are you doing? Smoker on the side also stood up to protect his officer. Hey! Boy, don't use that vulgar attitude to yell at my subordinates. Under normal circumstances, if the pirates and marine confront each other, the partners will definitely side with Zoro without hesitation. But the problem is, everyone didn't understand. What's going on? This female marine didn't seem to say anything too much. How did she make Zoro so angry? Hello? Zoro, what's wrong with you? Usopp, however, seeing the anger on both sides, and hurried over to calm them down. Luffy picked her ears. Yeah, she seems to be doing nothing too. Why do you seem very angry? Zoro, you are too much. Look at the grievances of other girls. Nami felt more sympathy for Tashigi. Zoro bared his teeth in embarrassment, and wanted to walk away depressed. But at this time, Tashigi's eyes suddenly lit up. Wait! The one in your hand seems to be the sword Wado Ikimanji. Hearing such a sentence from Tashigi, Logan was a little speechless. It is really unsolvable to set up this thing. What are you doing? He hated Tashigi at first, but now that Tashigi is interested in Wado, Zoro is even more upset. But Tashigi said persistently, I once vowed to take back all the famous swords in the hands of the bad guys, and never let these famous swords do the pirate evil doing. Saying that, Tashigi drew out his own sword and stared at Zoro righteously. Don't try. I don't want to fight with women. Zoro waved his hand, not bothering to talk to this woman, and immediately walked to the side. But Tashigi insisted. Don't go. Now that I saw it, I can't let this famous sword. As she spoke, she was about to chase after him. Facing Tashigi's stalking appearance, Zoro is really annoying. Fortunately, Logan came to the rescue. Okay, how about, let me talk to you. Logan just said a few words, which immediately made Tashigi shiver. She looked at Logan with a flushed face, and didn't dare to move for a moment. After all, she understands that Logan is not the kind of person who just talks but doesn't act. If Smoker hadn't finally compromised that day, I'm afraid Logan would have dared to F***K her. Hey! Logan, don't overdo it! Smoker defends the calf again. Although he knew that he was not Logan's opponent, if Logan did something in front of so many people, he would definitely try his best to stop him. Since when is talking too much? Logan looked at the two with a puzzled expression, then pouted at Tashigi. This Miss Marine committed a heinous crime by trying to take away my partner's sword? You! Tashigi's face was flush red by the teasing, and she was impatient. It's different, okay. His sword is definitely not his own sword. If you have the ability, let him tell how he got that sword. Someone must have died. Shut up! Suddenly Zoro roared. He handed the Vivian his hand to Nami in an instant, and then appeared in front of Zoro with one step, held down Zoro who was about to go crazy, and said in a deep voice, Let me teach her a lesson. Damn woman! Zoro's eyes were red, and a burst of anger seemed to be about to burst out of his mouth. His current appearance is really a bit like Shura's appearance is about to appear. Hey you! Tashigi was completely taken aback. Just seeing Zoro's eyes, she felt very frightened. Not only her, but other people are also very confused. Zoro is a little weird today. Enough! He told you to shut up, didn't you hear? Logan looked at Tashigi coldly, looking at her with a cold look. This glance really made Tashigi tremble uncontrollably. It was the first time she saw this man so angry. In fact, it was also the first time for the rest of the Straw Hat Pirates to see Logan making such a big fuss. This sword is named Wado Ikimonji. It is a relic left to Zoro by his precious friend. Staring at Tashigi with cold eyes, Logan shouted in a tone that did not allow any doubts. Listen to me, Marine Sergeant Tashigi. If there is only one person in this world who is worthy of owning this sword, then only it's Zoro. As soon as these words came out, Tashigi's whole heart trembled violently. Precious relic. Since it was a relic left to him by a friend. No wonder he treasures it so much. As long as you are not a fool, no one will think that anyone can take this sword from Zoro. Everyone in the Straw Hat Pirates was also shocked. They only know that Zoro will bring a friend's effort together to become the world's #1 swordsman. But they never knew the story of this sword. Hearing what Logan said at this time, they all looked deeply at Zoro. The friend who left Zoro with this sword is the friend Zoro mentioned. Yes. As Logan said, this sword can only be owned by Zoro. Don't dare try to take this sword. Taking a deep breath, Zoro lowered his head and said in a deep voice, "'Cause if you do, I will definitely kill you. Listen, Sergeant Marine, don't always live in a self-righteous world. In this world, the reason why a sword can become a famous sword is because it became famous after following its master. Don't keep saying that the pearl is covered in dust. If this sword falls into your hands, it will only be dusted in a dark warehouse. But this sword is in Zoro's hands. When Zoro becomes the world's #1 swordsman, then this sword will be the world's #1 sword above the 12 supreme grade blades. If this sword has a soul, would you prefer to be sealed by you, or follow Zoro?" When Logan finished speaking, Tashigi's little face was completely stiff. Although she still wants to be stubborn, she has to admit. As Logan said, operator. If this sword had spiritual soul, it will definitely choose to follow Zoro. Well said! The King of Support, Usopp, shouted excitedly. Just listening to what Logan said, he felt his blood boil. He can't wait to witness the day when Zoro becomes the world's #1 swordsman. She bent her knees and sat slumped on the floor in a duck-sitting position. Logan's eyes are full of bewilderment. Seeing her like this, Logan sighed slightly in his heart. So he said, "Instead of thinking about other people's sword all day long, it's better to take good care of your own sword. Doesn't your Shugya want to be the #1 in the world? If you continue to ignore it like this, don't you feel wronged?" With a sob in his throat, Tashigi wanted to say something, but found himself powerless to refute. Marine Chief Petty Officer Tashigi, tell me, have you fulfilled your duty as the owner of a sword? Logan stepped forward, came to Tashigi, and grabbed her sword. Ah! Tashigi hurriedly grasped the handle and scabbard, his eyes flushed, and he shook his head desperately. Don't. Logan looked at her calmly. Look. You really cherish your sword, right? Cherish it well, and don't disappoint it. Gently patted Tashigi's shoulder, Logan stood up, and the moment he turned around, he encouraged. Try to become stronger. Tashigi! With your sword Shigure. Try to make it #2 in the world. Chapter 116. If this were earlier, Smoker would have immediately clashed with Logan. Logan had a history of reducing his subordinates to tears, and this was not the first instance. However, upon hearing Logan's words, Smoker was visibly taken aback. Tashigi, a marine with a sheltered perspective and idealistic notions, sometimes needed a dose of harsh reality to navigate the challenges of the new world. Though Logan's words might sting, they were intended to awaken her. His remarks shattered Tashigi's fantasy of collecting famed swords and made her recognize the value of the renowned sword Shigure that she already possessed. Why fuss over collecting more swords when you can't maintain the one you have? Upon this realization, Tashiji's slump vanished. Standing tall, she tightly grasped Shigeru, staring at Logan with steely determination. "Thank you," she said before turning and swiftly departing. Nico Robin, observing from the crowd, smirked slightly to herself, murmuring, "What a playboy!" Smoker glanced at Logan but refrained from speaking, instead issuing a cold command to the Marines. "Let's go!" However, Logan intervened. "Don't leave yet. The debt hasn't been settled." "How can I let you go?" Smoker's face paled, retorting, "I have no money. You've squeezed every bit from my warship. How about another IOU? There's a saying, when plagued by lice, one becomes unafraid of the itch. When Smoker first wrote an IOU to Logan, he was uncertain. But this time, Smoker took a proactive stance. More than 200 million in IOUs? Are you kidding me? Logan protested. What else can I do? Smoker smirked. I truly have no money. You're quite bold for someone broke, Logan remarked resolute. We'll stay in Alabasta until the log pose resets. Use that time to gather my money. I won't get it, Smoker insisted. He couldn't believe Logan would release Baroque Works members. He knew Logan's intellect and anticipated he wouldn't offend Princess Vivi by releasing them now. Hee. Smoker, your audacity has grown. Logan smirked, deliberately glancing towards Tashiji in the distance. This glance didn't escape Smoker's notice. Enraged, he confronted Logan. What are you planning? I'm innocent. Logan feigned innocence, patting Smoker on the shoulder. Pay up, or let your imagination run wild. Taking Princess Vivi from Nami, Logan declared. Let's take Princess Vivi home. Finally! Usopp exclaimed, eager to see the palace. However, Luffy was confused. Didn't we agree on dinner? Nami chided. Idiot! What's better than dining at the palace? Ah? Luffy understood, excited. That's awesome. I want to eat till I'm full. Robin hesitated. Should I join? Why not? Logan welcomed her. For Robin, openly visiting the palace was preferable to lurking in secrecy. She sought the poneglyphs located in the ancient funeral hall, her primary reason for coming to Alabasta. Alyabarna, the capital, lay near the Sandora River. Logan's group headed back to the Going Merry, crossed the river, and reached the nearest port to Alyabarna. Disembarking, the Straw Hat Pirates spotted a familiar face, Captain Igaram of the Alabasta Guard. Princess Vivi is back! Igaram exclaimed with joy at Vivi's return. Igaram, why are you waiting here? Despite her fatigue, Vivi managed to walk on her own. However, upon finishing her question, she noticed the royal guards behind Igaram all kneeling in unison. Igaram, too, knelt, crying with excitement. Your Highness! The video Den Mushi broadcasted your victory over Crocodile to the capital. Everyone knows it now. Your Highness, your Alabasta's savior. Igaram directly addressed Vivi. His guard soldiers bowed excitedly. Igaram. Vivi quickly caught him. Let's head to the palace to meet the king first. Without the Straw Hat Pirates' help this time, Alabasta would have been doomed. Yes. Thanks to the benefactor. Igaram rose, moving towards the Straw Hat Pirates, eager to embrace everyone. Witnessing this, Zoro recalled the moment Igaram hugged him back at Whiskey Peak, sending a sudden shiver down his spine. Inadvertently, he pushed Sanji, catching Igaram off guard, leading to an unexpected embrace between Sanji and Igaram. Hey! Sanji, unhappy about being hugged by a man instead of a woman, lunged towards Zoro. Amidst laughter, the Straw Hat Pirates arrived at Alabasta's palace, where King Cobra hosted a grand celebration dinner. Luffy devoured food with gusto while Sanji indulged in the attention of several maids. That night, the Straw Hat Pirates stayed in the palace's most luxurious guest room. Around 2 a.m., Robin awoke and quietly ventured into the palace corridor. Stunning! Standing behind a pillar, Robin crossed her arms. In the next moment, eyes appeared atop each pillar. Utilizing this ability, Robin stealthily bypassed every guard. Upon reaching the royal hall, Robin took out a blueprint, examining it under the light of her flashlight held in her mouth. After a while, she turned back, puzzled. Strange, it should be right here. Why not check over there again? Suddenly, a rustling voice reached Robin's ears. Who? Robin swiftly turned, spotting Logan standing not far away, hands in pockets. That's quite an intense look, Logan remarked casually, moving closer to Robin. It's you. Robin's icy demeanor softened upon recognizing Logan, though she remained cautious. Why are you following me? Hey, don't misunderstand. Logan feigned innocence, then gestured. I'm here waiting for you. Didn't expect you to arrive this late. Waiting for me? Why? Robin's wariness heightened. Come with me, the secret staircase to the royal ancient tomb is here. Ignoring Robin's question, Logan motioned towards a passage on the right. After a brief pause, Robin followed him. Navigating several passages, they reached a seemingly simple staircase entrance. Are you sure it's here? Robin doubted the location as she gazed at the long upward staircase. Logan tilted his head, meeting Robin's gaze. Isn't it obvious? With your intelligence, can't you deduce the reason? Well, this staircase is indeed concealed. Who'd expect the entrance to the underground tomb to be an upward staircase? Robin commented before following Logan up the stairs. Ascending through several corridors, they encountered a descending staircase. It grew darker, making visibility challenging. Don't you have a flashlight or a lamp? Robin inquired casually. Logan gestured towards the flashlight in Robin's hand. Doesn't this highlight the importance of companionship this time? That line again. Robin felt a sense of annoyance toward Logan's words. Irritated, she pressed the flashlight, casting the burial chamber into darkness. And this happened to be the funeral hall, a vast tomb. Logan sighed. You're not someone who enjoys such childish pranks. I disagree, Robin retorted with a hint of arrogance, pocketing the flashlight. Fine, even if I'm mistaken. The problem is, even without light, I can use observation hockey. Are you deceiving yourself? Logan's voice echoed in the darkness. It seemed that way. What was happening? Why did she feel her intelligence waning whenever she conversed with this guy? Attempting to retrieve the flashlight from her pocket, Robin's attempt was thwarted as Logan intervened. Oops! Robin accidentally dropped the flashlight, instinctively reaching out to grab it, but found nothing but air. Logan heard the sound of the falling flashlight and immediately discerned what was happening. Activating his observation hockey, he pinpointed its location. As he turned, Robin let out an exclamation. Ah! In the dark passage, Robin unexpectedly fell, landing directly on Logan, who had just raised his head. That's why. Before Logan could react, he felt a suffocating sensation and tumbled backward. Shield. Cien Fleur. Wisteria Ball. In the dark funeral hall, two voices echoed simultaneously. Had there been light, a spectacular sight would have unfolded. Hundreds of arms would have formed a large flower-like ball, enveloping the two within. An energy shield would have encased them both, and they would have rolled down the stairs together. Chapter 117. I must say. In the dimly lit ground floor of the funeral hall, Logan's voice sounded muffled. If you're uninjured, could you release me first? Though Robin was unharmed, the continuous rolling down the staircase left her feeling dizzy. She slowed down to regain her bearings before finally overcoming the dizziness. Click! Logan switched on the flashlight and lifted his head to take in some fresh air. As Robin looked down at Logan, she realized what had occurred. However, being more mature than Nami and Vivi, she swiftly adjusted her mindset. After straightening her attire, she reached out and took the flashlight from Logan's hand, walking forward without a word. Robin chose not to acknowledge what happened, and Logan didn't bother to bring it up either. After traversing a long way, the two arrived at an underground chamber where the poneglyph lay. Pausing in front of the poneglyph, Robin turned to face Logan. You know this is why I came here? Logan shrugged. It's not hard to guess, right? You're the lone survivor from O'Hara. How could a young girl of 8 survive without some driving reason or ambition? If it were for revenge, you wouldn't have become who you are today. So, you're shouldering the lifelong wish of the entire O'Hara scholars. That is to translate all the historical texts in this world and unveil the true history of the Void Century from 800 years ago. Robin was shocked by his blunt revelation. What kind of man was he? His few words completely unveiled her secret. She felt as though she had nothing to hide in front of him. Am I right? Logan calmly asked. After a moment of silence, he waved it off. Never mind, you don't need to confirm. I can't be wrong in my assumption. Looking at the bewildered Robin, Logan reminded her. It's 2:15 in the morning, and you have 45 minutes left to translate this historical text. The guards patrolling the Imperial tomb will arrive at 3. Prompted by Logan, Robin swiftly began translating. Over the years, her continued study of archaeological knowledge during her escape made her a rapid translator. Completing the translation in just 20 minutes, Robin watched Logan yawn, signaling it was time to leave. Are we done? Let's hurry. If discovered, it won't be good. You were invited to stay in the palace, and yet you've ventured into their forbidden tomb. Reasonable. However, instead of leaving immediately, Robin curiously asked, Why don't you ask about the content of this historical text? Logan replied casually, Isn't it about Pluton? This statement startled Robin. You know. Logan confirmed. Yes, is that surprising? Can't you? Robin was momentarily at a loss, then composed herself. Don't you want to acquire Pluton? Ah, come on. You're peering through the door, aren't you? Don't liken me to short-sighted folks like Crocodile. Logan's words hinted at annoyance. This left Robin even more astonished. A pirate uninterested in Pluton? I mean, why are you still standing there in a daze? I think your flashlight is dimming. If you don't hurry, we might end up rolling down again later. Logan emphasized the last 2 words. Robin felt a bit embarrassed by the flashlight's weakening light but didn't leave immediately. Instead, she inquired, Why don't you ask about the contents of the text? Logan teased, Are you blind, Robin? Robin, apologetic, replied quickly, I can't see. Don't fret over what just happened. Logan reminded her. Time's ticking, let's go. Wait, I can't see the way. Robin was also flustered. Logan teased, Do you want me to guide you? Using his observation hockey, Logan found Robin and took her hand. Don't act so casually. Besides my parents, you're the first person to hold my hand. Don't pretend to be a gentleman. Despite Logan's indifferent tone, Robin's pride resurfaced. Although her devil fruit ability created numerous arms to attack, this was the first time someone other than her parents held her hand. That much was true. I said, Robin, big sister, you're giving me your 28-year-old virgin hand. Don't expect me to be responsible, all right? Logan joked while leading Robin out. Ha ha! Logan laughed, nonchalant as he guided Robin out of the tomb. Time flew, and several days passed. The nearby marine base supported Smoker and allocated a sum of money. 130 million belly was the maximum amount the marine base chief could mobilize without authorization. After paying the Straw Hat Pirates, the parties renewed the IOU. It's a struggle to even allocate money for these scoundrels, Smoker lamented on the warship's deck. While he didn't oppose issuing IOUs now, he didn't relish being in debt. For the past few days, Smoker had been petitioning his superiors for funds, but it seemed they were using every excuse in the book. In his view, he met all the requirements for his applications. They had indeed captured those pirates, and were genuinely struggling with funds. Consequently, he found himself still indebted to the pirates. It was an unpleasant feeling. Puff, puff, puff. His den mushy suddenly rang. The bald-faced den mushy attendant appeared on the screen. What is it? Smoker asked, feeling irked. The official tone came from the other end. In the battle against Crocodile, You and Chief Petty Officer Tashiji displayed great prowess. The higher-ups have decided to award you both medals. The battle against... Smoker was taken aback. Wait. We weren't the ones who captured Crocodile. Are you blind or deaf? Didn't you read the report I submitted? But the person on the Den Mushi seemed indifferent to Smoker's protests, continuing. Additionally, both your ranks will be increased. Hey, hold on! Smoker's frustration mounted. It was the Straw Hat Pirates who defeated Crocodile and Baroque Works, not me. Not far from him, Marine Headquarters Captain Hina interjected coldly. Stop wasting your efforts, Smoker! Do you really think the world will acknowledge that pirates were the ones who resolved the Alabasta crisis? The voice on the Den Mushi persisted. Therefore, please attend the medal awarding ceremony. Are you kidding me? Smoker felt his face burn with embarrassment. A medal was an honor, but at this moment, hearing the word medal made him feel ashamed. He erupted. Hey! Can you convey this to the higher-ups for me? Hina was shocked, hurriedly interjecting. What good will it do to quarrel with superiors, Smoker? Just accept it. Accept the accolade for those pirates. While Hina tried to reason with Smoker, she knew his temperament well. If she guessed right, his next words to the Den Mushi would probably be, Go to hell! The next moment, to everyone's astonishment, Smoker spoke to the Den Mushi. Please convey my gratitude to the government for the promotion. Hina's mouth fell agape, her slender cigarette dropping to the ground. She looked at Smoker in disbelief, stuttering. Are you really Smoker? Of course I am. After disconnecting the Den Mushi, Smoker suddenly flashed a smile. Just as he was about to exclaim, Go to hell, he remembered Logan's advice. Yes. Without enough authority and status, he couldn't implement his own justice. In this situation, Smoker wanted the truth to prevail. He wanted to distinguish right from wrong, acknowledge who deserved credit, and who was at fault. This was his sense of justice. But due to his low status, he couldn't influence such matters at all. If only he were a Marine Rear Admiral, Vice Admiral, or even an Admiral. Hina remarked with doubt. You seem different. Smoker chuckled. What are you thinking? Do you think I've changed? Hina nodded without speaking, her gaze contemplative. But Smoker shook his head. I haven't changed. I'm still the same. It's just... I suddenly found some sense in what a certain pirate said. Pirates. Hina squinted slightly, a particular face appearing in her mind, Logan's face. Chapter 118. Located on a secluded bank in the upper reaches of the Sandora River, the Going Merry lay still. Have they arrived yet? Sanji inquired lazily, cigarette in hand. Not yet. Usopp replied from the watchtower, clutching the god-killing star. I reckon they won't be here for a while. I'll keep watch. You can go practice. Sanji turned, resting against the railing, gazing towards the watchtower. I've already used my time to delve into the manga today, or else why would I be idling here? In recent days, the Straw Hat Pirates and the Marines had a silent understanding not to interfere with each other. However, the previous day, the Marines abruptly increased their presence in Alabasta, forming a ring of encirclement. Under Logan's orders, Sanji, Usopp, Chopper, and Kaya returned to the ship and sailed to this hidden riverbank. In the cabin, Kaya sat on the sofa, undergoing acupuncture, a routine she needed every 7 days to alleviate her weakness. It would take a year to fully recover. After treating Kaya, Chopper eagerly delved into the manga. He hadn't gained any abilities from the manga yet, which weighed heavily on him. Others had obtained abilities from the manga upon acquiring it. Chopper didn't want to be an outcast, a sentiment he had experienced since childhood. In the world of Strike the Blood, Chopper, in his human beast form, was covered in scars and visibly exhausted. Boom! Rudolph Yustaka's attack sent Akatsuki Koju crashing beside Chopper. Koju! Hang in there, I'll heal you! Chopper rushed over, He had been forming a bond with Akatsuki Koju and Himuraji Yukaina during his visits to this manga world. Trying to heal on a battlefield? Rudolf Yustak, wielding an axe, advanced with a malicious glint. Damn it! Despite his injuries, Koju rose, understanding Yukina's silent plea. Without further words, Koju bit Yukina's neck. The successor of the Khalid blood, Akatsuki Koju. Release thy shackles, come out the fifth Kenju, Regulus Aurum. As Koju chanted, a dazzling golden light emanated from his body, summoning a thunderous golden lion. Chopper was astounded. So powerful. Simultaneously, Yukaina collapsed. Chopper rushed to aid her, bandaging her wounds. Meanwhile, the golden lion struck Rudolf Yustak down, eliminating him. Afterward, Chopper tended to Koju's injuries and cleaned the medical equipment. However, his mind lingered on the powerful figure of the golden lion. He wanted to acquire such strength to better support his crew. In his research, the bandage soaked in Akatsuki's blood reacted with water, emitting a powerful energy. Excited, Chopper sought to replicate the process using Himuraji Yukina's blood for experimentation. Several failed attempts followed over the week, but on the 10th venture into the manga world, Chopper finally succeeded in creating a small golden pill called Rumble Ball. Inspired by Akatsuki's blood, it was a breakthrough for Chopper, developing a new type of Rumble Ball using Akatsuki Koju's ancestry blood and Himuraji Yukina's psychic blood. Chopper dubbed the Golden Rumble Ball the Lion's Golden Rumble Ball. Sneaking away from the ship back in the pirate world, he found a secluded spot to conduct a test. Given that it's a first-generation product, Chopper anticipated potential issues or malfunctions, prompting him to assess it first. Ah woo! Chopper opened his mouth and consumed the Golden Rumble Ball. In an instant, a dazzling golden light enveloped his entire body, accompanied by crackling lightning beams that scorched and crackled. The beastly factor within the lion's golden rumble ball surged through Chopper's body, filling him with an intense sensation akin to boiling water. Ah! The force surged violently within Chopper, causing him to roar loudly. Golden lightning erupted from his body, giving the impression that Chopper had exploded. As the golden thunderbolts continued to surge, Chopper's body transformed into a colossal figure, not as immense as the pirate world's giants, yet substantially formidable. Huh! Chopper exhaled deeply. Gradually adjusting from the initial discomfort, he began sensing the might of the yellow golden lion. Surveying the mountain wall ahead, Chopper delivered a punch. Zizizi. Numerous golden thunderbolt fists swirled around his punch, resembling a miniature sun. The moment his fist struck the mountain, the entire hill disintegrated into pieces. The explosive power of the golden lightning shattered the rocks into fine powder instantaneously. Ah! It's overwhelming! Chopper sensed that unleashing just a fraction of the yellow golden lion's power resulted in such terrifying strength. The thought of exerting its full power was unimaginable. However, despite its potency, the lion's golden rumble ball had evident shortcomings. Upon consumption, the primordial bloodline and psychic bloodline factors within the rumble ball began depleting rapidly. Chopper estimated its duration to last up to 3 minutes, but a burst of full power would significantly shorten this time frame. This lion's golden rumble ball still needs refinement, Chopper concluded as the drug effect wore off, reverting him to his reindeer state. Reflecting for a moment, Chopper muttered to himself, "Obtaining more blood from Akatsuki Koju and Himuraji Yukaina won't be easy." After pondering, Chopper rubbed his head and headed back, contemplating ways to improve the lion's golden rumble ball. Chapter 119. Alabasta Palace. Logan, Luffy, Zoro, Nami, and Robin are waiting for news from Vivi in a lounge. Everyone has recognized Princess Vivi as a crewmate and promised to take her to sea together. Now Princess Vivi said she was going to say goodbye to her father? Yeah! The log pose is finally recharged. Nami's voice woke up the drowsy crowd. Great! Just waiting for Vivi to come, let's go! Luffy grinned happily, and then looked at everyone with a questioning look. Why don't we stay for another night tonight? Shall we have another Alabasta Palace banquet? Robin covered his mouth and smiled lightly. You have almost eaten up with a year's amount of food these days, haven't you eaten enough? Zoro complained. This guy, his stomach is a bottomless pit. Logan looked at Luffy's cheeky face, and couldn't help laughing. It's almost done, Luffy. If you stay one more day, the chef of Alabasta Palace will cry one more day. Actually, we really can't stay any longer. The marine has almost completely surrounded Alabasta. If we stay for one more day, it will be really troublesome. Nami analyzed the form for everyone with a serious face. Logan nodded. Well, we will leave as soon as Vivi comes. Luffy looked downcast. Just then, the door opened. Igaram, the captain of the Alabasta Palace Guard, walked in. Where's Vivi? Seeing Igaram alone, everyone asked doubtfully. Igaram replied with a smile. Princess Vivi returned to her residence after seeing His Majesty. Huh! Is she going to stay? Luffy was blunt and said it directly. Logan covered Luffy's mouth. How could such a thing be said in front of the captain of the guard? Bringing a princess to become a pirate, of course it is necessary to secretly imitate it. Igaram is not a fool, of course he heard something. It's just, what's strange is that he didn't say anything about this matter, but looked at Logan and showed a noble etiquette. Mr. Logan, Our Majesty summoned you, he said he have something to ask you. Something he wanted to ask me? Logan frowned. Logan shrugged his shoulders. Okay. I'll go with you to see His Majesty the King. After walking with Igaram for a while, Logan came to a luxurious room. Is His Majesty the King summoning me? Logan almost guessed something. He looked at Igaram with a look of disbelief on his face. As expected of you. Igaram bowed with a smile, then pointed to a door ahead, and said, Princess Vivi is waiting for you inside. I will step back first. Okay. I'll just say it. If Cobra summons me in this kind of place, then I will panic. Pushing open the door inside, Logan saw Princess Vivi. How do you? Just as I was about to ask why, Princess Vivi jumped on me. Logan. Princess Vivi threw herself into Logan's arms. Her eyes were red. Vivi, what are you? At this time, Logan was thrown hard by Vivi, and his back hit the wall directly. This is... He was thumped by the wall. Don't talk, let me hug you for a while. Vivi's two slender arms tightly encircled Logan, and she stuck her face to Logan's toe-to-me. This is really unprecedented. Judging by the situation, soon Princess Vivi will explain everything herself. After hugging quietly for a few minutes, Princess Vivi's little face was removed from Logan's chest. She looked up at Logan. Her little face was full of sadness. I'm sorry, Logan, I know this offends you, but please see that we are about to part. Give me a good hug. Hearing this word, Logan immediately understood why Princess Vivi was sad. Maybe the rest of the Straw Hat Pirates will be surprised when Princess Vivi says goodbye. But Logan was not surprised at all. After all, Princess Vivi's personality is here. Although she is a qualified crewmate, she is also a qualified princess. And a perfect princess loved by the people of Alabasta. She loves this country dearly. Even in the original plot, Princess Vivi is still choose rational over willfulness at the last moment. She entrusted her little girl's dream of adventure to the crewmates of the Straw Hat Pirates, and she herself assumed the responsibility of the princess. For the country she loves so much, she gave up her adventure. This kind of awareness is absolutely impossible for many people. This girl be the cutest person in Alabasta. Thinking of this, Logan raised his hands and landed on Princess Vivi's back. Then hugged tight. With a soft moan, Princess Vivi felt the warmth Logan gave her, and wept with joy. From the first time she met Logan to now, although it is only less than a month. But for Princess Vivi, this is a month that directly decides her fate. It all started with this man in front of me. Without this man, her strength would not be as powerful as it is now. Without this man, Alabasta would not have escaped the shadow of Crocodile. Without this man, she, Vivi, has no future. If it is possible, how much she wants this man in front of her to stay. But Princess Vivi understands that she can't be so selfish. Logan has his own dream and his partner. Logan, I'm sorry Princess Vivi burst into tears, and the noise choked. I can't go to sea with you, I'm sorry, woo woo woo. Sad emotions and the pain of parting are entangled into tears of reluctance. Her little hands hugged her tightly as if she wanted to freeze time at this moment. If it weren't for the imminent parting, Princess Vivi would not have hugged Logan so boldly. But this fear of parting made her completely forget everything. She just wanted to give Logan a good hug right now. I see. No extra words, Logan only said these words. His right hand came from Vivi's back to the back of Vivi's head, gently pressing on his chest. But it was these simple words that made Princess Vivi cry even harder. Why don't you scold me? I let everyone look forward to it in vain, won't you be angry? Lying in Logan's arms, Princess Vivi sobbed softly. The corner of Logan's mouth turned tenderly. Silly girl, I said I understood, why are you still angry? But don't you want me to go to sea with you? The little head came out of Logan's arms. Princess Vivi's eyes were a little confused. Am I being selfish? Of course I hope. Without any hesitation, Logan gave Princess Vivi an affirmative answer. He held Princess Vivi's face in both hands, and wiped off the tear stains hanging on Princess Vivi's cheek with his thumb. If you want to set sail with us, I will pick you up anytime anywhere. But you want to stay, I understand you too. You are a princess with responsibilities, but you are also a girl first. If you are more self-willed, you will run out to play regardless of everything. If you are more rational, you will shoulder the responsibility for this country. Listening to what Logan said, a smile bloomed on Princess Vivi's face. He understands me. He really understands me. Nice. Puckering her lips, Princess Vivi suddenly asked, Then do you like the rational me or the willful me? You still need to ask? Which one? I like it all. Although it is a very old-fashioned way of answering, but girls love to listen. Princess Vivi is very sweet in her heart. She looked into Logan's eyes. Logan. I like you. Ah? Princess Vivi showed an aggrieved expression on her face. Is there anything else you want to say? Logan suddenly laughed. He stared into Vivi's eyes and said deeply, Vivi, I like you. He said. He said it. Said it. A heart is pounding. Princess Vivi feels that the air is full of happiness. She pursed her red lips slightly, and asked again. Then, what about Nami? I like Nami too. Logan's answer was still without hesitation. You are really honest. Princess Vivi had some resentment on her face, but she was happy in her heart. Because of Logan's answering attitude, she can deeply feel Logan's sincerity. He didn't even have the slightest hesitation to deceive her. Logan expressed calmly, I don't want to lie to people at all when things should be serious. After all, once you start telling the first lie, you will have to use countless lies to surround the 10th. As a transmigrator, Logan doesn't want to put too much restraint and pressure on herself. He won't be a stallion, but he can't set any rules for himself. Like is like, there is no need to deceive people around you in order to achieve a certain purpose. If Princess Vivi minds, then Logan won't be stalking. Well, you are such a badass that people can't help themselves. Nodding slightly, Princess Vivi lightly hammered Logan's chest with her small fist. Then, Princess Vivi suddenly boldly. He raised his hands and grabbed Logan's face. Not. Logan took a deep breath. The blood is boiling. As he expected. The next moment, Princess Vivi raised her toes. In a burst of fragrance, Logan was thumped by the wall. Princess Vivi blushed and took 2 steps back, then turned around. I'm going to clean up my makeup and say goodbye to my friends later. Saying that, she stepped forward and ran outside. Stop! Logan called to stop her. What is it? After doing the daring thing, Princess Vivi is now a little shy, with her head down, and she dare not look at Logan. Here, take. Logan walked up to Princess Vivi, gently grabbed Princess Vivi's slender hand, and placed a small piece of paper in Princess Vivi's palm. What is this? Looking at this ordinary little piece of paper, Princess Vivi was puzzled. This thing is called a Viva card. It is made by mixing your own materials with special materials. It is a kind of paper that mainly represents life force. This small piece for you. Corners ripped from his Viva card. No matter where I am, this small piece of Viva call will point to my direction. The last time he had a happy exchange with Ace, Logan took the opportunity to inquire about the production method of the Viva card. Ace readily taught Logan how to make Viva cards, and also gave Logan the special materials for making Viva cards. That's why Logan has a Viva card. Didn't expect to use it so soon. Really? Princess Vivi's eyes were filled with surprise. She flicked her palm away, and immediately saw the corner of her palm faintly facing the direction of Logan. Great! I will keep this Viva card like I cherish my own life. With it, if you don't come to pick me up in the future, I will find you by myself. Holding it tightly in her palm, Princess Vivi was extremely happy. Logan added, By the way, if this Viva card shrinks, it means that my body has become weak. If this Viva card slowly turns into ashes, it means that I am about to die. Shut up! Princess Vivi hurriedly stretched out her other little hand and blocked Logan's mouth, and then she said angrily, You are not allowed to say such words that scare me. Okay. Logan hummed and took the opportunity to kiss Princess Vivi's finger. Princess Vivi looked at Logan shyly. The two looked at each other for a moment, then embraced and kissed tacitly. Chapter 120. In the living room. Princess Vivi said goodbye to everyone in the Straw Hat Pirates. Although the process is very difficult, everyone can understand her. After Logan and others boarded the Going Merry left the port. Sitting in the studio, Logan's mind is full of Vivi. I have to say, this kind of parting hurt his feeling. Thinking of not seeing Vivi for a long time in the future, if Logan doesn't feel lost, that's impossible. Sighing deeply, Logan forcibly put this matter on hold. Open the system and check the system mail in the log. A lot has been added. Your manga fan Nami has subdued the fly card in the world of manga, card captor Sakura. You get the fly card ability at the same time. You get points +1. Your fan Sanji trained the 4th gate of 8 inner gates in the manga book, Might Guide Biography, and successfully opened the 4th gate. You simultaneously gain the 4th wound ability. You get points +4. Your manga fan Roronoa Zoro has improved his world strength in the manga, Zaraki Kenpachi Biography. An observation haki has been promoted to intermediate level. You get its observation haki ability simultaneously. You get points +2. Your manga fan Usopp trained the ability of the god-killing star Shurkai Tsuruboshi in the world of the manga, Bleach, Otsunemeya. You simultaneously get the ability of the god-killing star Shurkai Tsuruboshi. You get points +1. Your manga fan Chopper developed the lion's golden rumble ball in the world of the manga, Strike the Blood. You simultaneously acquire the ability of the lion's golden rumble ball. You get points +2. Your manga fan Ace has awakened the fire dragon magic in the world of the manga, Fairy Tail, Natsu Drangneil. You simultaneously gain the fire dragon magic ability. You get points +5. Once opened, there are 6 pieces of system information to be received. Logan didn't think much, and started to receive one by one. Nami is still a stable horse, she is there every time he open it. For Nami, after using the fly card, she can grow wings on the wand, and then she can fly on a small wand just like riding a broom in Harry Potter. However, the flying ability of the fly card seems to be limited. I wonder if it is possible to let Going Merry to fly. Both Sanji and Zoro are doing well this time. Zoro finally came to the middle level as well as Luffy, the 2-type haki. Sanji's 8 inner gates opened to the 4th gate, which greatly improved his strength. Usopp's Tsuruboshi, Logan knows what ability it is when he sees the name. Bakudo number 37 Tsuruboshi. Even the names are exactly the same. The ability of Tsuruboshi, as the name suggests. You can use spiritual power to create a rope in the air, which can catch objects. It is a good auxiliary ability. Although it is only used to pick up objects, because it is a rope made of spiritual power, its carrying capacity is still very huge. It is estimated that it should not be a big problem to pick up Going Merry or something. Chopper's ability surprised Logan a little. Only then did he know that the manga chosen by Chopper was Strike the Blood. Moreover, according to his thinking, even if Chopper chooses this manga, he should awaken a certain ability in the manga like Princess Vivi. But who would have thought? Chopper found another way, and even used the method of making rumble balls to obtain the ability of the Akatsuki Kuju familiar. Logan looked at the golden rumble ball that had just appeared in his hand, and a smile appeared on the corner of his mouth. The Golden Lion! Finally, when Logan receives the power from Ace. He hesitated for a moment, but did not accept it. You know, dragon slayers will become severely motion sick, seasick, and unlucky of all means of transportation because of the fire dragon magic destroying the semicircular canals of the human body. In short, while enjoying the power brought by this ability, you have to accept its flaws. Logan guessed that his ability to synchronize the fire dragon magic through the system should be just the ability to synchronize, not the symptoms of motion sickness. However, a cautious person like Logan would not take risks in order to obtain an ability. Even if there is only a slight risk, I don't want to. If you get seasick every day in the future, wouldn't that be fatal? After accepting the points, Logan went to check the points achievement interface. What? The icon for the third achievement chest also lights up. The first two treasure chests are both bronze in color, and the second treasure chest has more complicated lines than the first treasure chest. This third treasure chest is golden. Logan opened the third treasure chest. Accompanied by a burst of dazzling golden light, a thing that looks like a skill icon in the game popped up. Logan checked it. I go! What a skill! Guardianship of the Goddess of Holy Light. Under the protection of the Goddess of Holy Light, all negative curses cannot affect you. Passive effect, immune to all negative buffs targeting your body, spirit, will, etc. This is a bit of a bully. Although the introduction of the effect is only a short sentence, but how to say that sentence, what is concentrated is the essence. As long as it is against the negative buffs of the body, spirit, will, etc., it can be immune. Simply put, land lover like devil fruit and motion sickness from dragon slayer magic are all negative buffs for the physical body. Now that Logan has this skill, even if he eats devil fruit, or possesses fire dragon magic, he will not be affected by the negative curse. In addition, if someone uses these abilities of illusion on Logan, it will be invalid. This is another life-saving ability. Logan can see it. The system is really afraid of his death. Since I'm immune to negative buffs, I can get the system power-up from Ace. Thinking of this, Logan received the system message from Ace. He stood up and walked around the studio. Really? Didn't feel seasick at all. I don't know if it's because the Guardian of the Goddess of Light made the seasickness debuff immune to it, or it didn't exist in the first place? Logan rubbed his chin. It is estimated that only Ace can know about this. By the way, if there is a suitable devil fruit next time, it seems that I can eat one too. The Going Merry headed south along the San Dora River. As long as you get out of the mouth of the San Lola River, you can go to the next island. At this time, at the mouth of the San Dora River, more than a dozen warships are hovering on the sea here with some regularity. On the splint of one of the warships, Captain Hina of the Marine Headquarters said to the Den Mushi angrily. Smoker, didn't you just thank the government for the promotion before? Why are you going your own way now? Stop talking nonsense. In short, let me deal with Straw Hat Crew now. On the other end of the Den Mushi Smoker snorted coldly. He made such a decision, on the one hand, because according to the justice in his heart, he would never take action against the hero who saved Alabasta at such a time. On the other hand, he really dare not. When he thinks of Logan's style of doing things, he feels very helpless. Unless he really doesn't consider Tashigi, then he can still fight with the Straw Hat Pirates. Otherwise, as long as Logan is on that boat, he can only hold back. Suddenly thought of something, Smoker said to the Den Den Mushi again. By the way, Hina! You'd better not shoot them. Otherwise, you may get into trouble. Are you kidding? Do you think Hina is as capricious as you bastard? Since they are pirates, and the higher up have ordered us to catch this group of people, Hina will definitely carry it out. Hina scolded coldly. The slender cigarette at the corner of her mouth moved up and down as she spoke, giving off a vigorous aura. Hearing this, Smoker was furious. Idiot! That's because they want to cover up the fact that this country was saved by pirates. Hina naturally knows. But she didn't want to mix too much personal thoughts into it. She said coldly, Okay. Since you don't want to cooperate with me, then just stay there honestly. See how Hina catch these pirates. Although she know that the Straw Hat Pirates are very strong, but in the battle at sea, Hina has full confidence. Smoker shook his head slightly, then sighed. Since you insist on dealing with the Straw Hat Pirates, I have to remind you to be careful with that Logan. Oh. Logan. Hearing this, Hina's mouth twitched with interest, and said lightly, That's just right, Hina just happened to be a little interested in him. With that said, she hung up the Den Den Mushi. Smoker was speechless. Are you interested in Logan? So, good luck. Captain, the target ship has entered the predetermined location. At this time, the observer on the warship reported to Hina. Notify the Black Threshold troops and start the Black Spear formation immediately. On the other side, on the deck of the Going Merry, Usopp and Logan stood at the front of the deck. As for the others, they all went to practice in mangas at this time. Sanji and Chopper have run out of manga time today, but one went to make food for everyone, and the other went to make medicine for Kaya. Is there really no need to call everyone? Usopp asked. It's just a few warships, it's not worth wasting everyone's chance to enter the manga world. Logan shrugged his shoulders. If you call out your partner who is practicing at this time, it means that you will be pulled out before the time limit for entering the manga is up. Wasted an opportunity. Okay. We have already entered the center of their encirclement, and it is estimated that they are going to sail toward us. Usopp is also well informed now, and he has very strong eyesight when holding the god-killing star, so he can easily determine Marine's strategy. It's okay, we'll just go straight ahead. Okay. Whizzing. At this moment, 2 cannons shot rapidly from the front. Logan flipped his palm, and the shield of Klo appeared. Boom. Boom. When the 2 black cannonball were about to hit the hull of Going Merry, they were blocked by an invisible energy shield. The observer on the warship suddenly exclaimed, Captain, something blocked our cannonball! That's the ability of Devil Fruit, right? Don't worry! Such a strong defense is definitely impossible to spread all over the pirate ship. Inform the Black Threshold troops to attack together, and the Black Spear's troop will be fired at random, not at the same time. Yes. Whoosh. 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 Who? A dozen marine warships fired cannonball at the Straw Hat Pirates from all directions. No 2 cannonball arrive at the same time. Sure enough, she is a smart woman. Watching the opponent's quick adjustments, Logan had to secretly admire Hina's battlefield wisdom. Indeed. Although the shield is very defensive, but like the barrier fruit, it cannot be infinitely extended. If it is within a small range, it can completely form a spherical shape and achieve absolute defense. But for a target as big as a pirate ship, no matter it is a shield or a barrier fruit, it is impossible to surround it in all directions. Logan controlled the ability of the shield, allowing the energy shield to constantly change its position, thus blocking one attack after another. This ability is really convenient. Seeing Logan's relaxed response, Usopp's face was full of joy. Logan got a broadcast den den mushy from Usopp, and shouted to the front. "Stop shooting cannonball, or I will retaliate!" Hearing Logan's voice, Hina's eyes lit up. "Smoker told me to be careful with this guy, she's going to catch him today. Then see how Smoker would react." She picked up the radio den den mushy. "You are Logan, the deputy head of the Straw Hat Pirates, right? If you want to get angry, and try to break through my cannonball array if you have the strength." F***K. This voice. "How dare you still provoke me? Don't make trouble! What kind of black spear formation? It's too easy to break through. I will use one of the 36 strategies is called directly smashing marine. I can use this trick to make your black spear formation disappear. So, just learn from your Smoker classmate, it's good for everyone to live in peace." Logan tried to convince the other party. After all, Hina and Smoker are a bit similar, they are rare righteous people in marine. Of course, Hina is definitely not as good as Smoker in terms of implementing the justice in her heart. It's okay not to mention Smoker. When Logan mentioned Smoker, Hina was furious. She said in a cold voice, "It's really arrogant. Although Hina don't know what 36 tricks you are talking about, but today Hina is here, even if the gods come, they will not be able to save you." Hina said it. "Looks like she won't let it go. Shall I fire the gun?" Usopp asked. "No. This group of Marines don't kill them." Logan shook his head, and then he leaped. At the same time, he used the fly card, forming 2 small wings behind him. But it is enough to carry him to fly alone. Soaru! With an acceleration in the air, Logan instantly appeared on the deck of the warship. He looked at Hina, who was shocked in front of him. "For the sake of your justice, I don't want to embarrass you, let it go." "Stop joking. Logan, you just deliver yourself to Hina, don't blame Hina for being rude." Saying that, Hina kicked out sideways. This speed is simply too slow for Logan. With a random grab, he grabbed Hina's ankle. "You got fooled." Hina chuckled, and saw black barriers appear on her ankles, binding Logan's hands. Logan didn't care at all. "Boring. Let me ask you for the last time, will you let me go or not?" "You have already been caught by Hina, why do you still ask such stupid questions?" Hina kept this shape, took out the cigarette from her mouth with her slender fingers, and blew a puff of smoke towards Logan with a smile. Operator. "Okay. It seems that I still have to be rough." The corner of his mouth twitched slightly, and Logan looked over. "It is good. This shape is just right." The other hand immediately attacked Hina. "Don't even think about succeeding." Hina immediately hit the fruit ability and trapped Logan's wrist. But Logan rubber fruit ability activated. This hand stretched instantly, and it reached Hina. Hina suddenly felt something bad, because at this moment Hina's defense was wide open. Next moment. Snapped! A crisp slap. Hina is numb. That wraps up this part of What If creating the strongest Straw Hat crew by reading manga. Thanks so much for listening. As always, new parts drop every 4 days, so be sure to stay tuned. Also check out my Patreon channel for early releases of all the series, where you can find all the series released 1 day ahead of YouTube. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, share it with your friends, and please consider supporting the original author as well. See you in the next one.